What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Carlos Baerga Show with me, Gab Gowdy, Cleveland Indians legend Carlos Baerga, and always positive Jay. Now, guys, if I would have told you last week that the Cleveland Guardians took 4 of 7 from 2 of the best teams in baseball, would you have believed me?
Well, I believe you because I believe in our team, and I know we have the talent. We playing ball. What's the name?
Guards ball.
Guards ball. We playing guards ball, and we get back. We win three out of 4 against Detroit, and then I know we lost the first 2 games, but it was some good games at the beginning.
Yep.
Then after the 6th inning, they start scoring a lot of runs. But we win the last game coming back, and I love that. I love that making contact, making a judgment, and I think that was super. How you doing, Jay?
I'm doing great, and I'll never call it Scooble again. I'm sorry for that, guys.
That's never
because I clearly saw the show because everyone's watching these days, and I think I kind of ticked him off, and I motivated. My bad.
Oh my God! Don't say that again, Papi. Look at what happened. 13 strikeout. We don't have a chance that day. That was amazing.
Yeah, no, I said this is not going to go as well as people think it is, but that's okay because they took 3 to start that series, and that's all that matters. That's really all that matters.
That's okay. When you finish the game with 103 miles of fastball,
yeah,
that's very hard, to do it, and we have to tip our hat and stuff like that. But you know what? I'm very happy that we have the opportunity. There are guys. Watch what they can do. They beat 3 out of 4 against Detroit. But something that I want our players to learn, is something, because I always say you learn something every day. Watching the Dodgers, that team hit 308 with men in scoring position. You know why they're first? I know they got the names, they got everything, but they make contact with men on base. And that's important that our kids, our young players, know about it, learn about it. I talked to Jose, I talked to Angel, I talked to a couple of the guys that say, do you watch it? Watch the game. Watch what they do. That's what the best thing that I have, the best gift that I have from a baseball player or baseball player was watch the game and learn from each of the best player of the other team. How they play the game, how they prepare, how they use, the whole field and stuff like that. And that's something that I'm happy that happened to us, that we can, from now on, continue the year doing the little things like that. But you know what? I had something for you guys. Steven Bucks, in the press conference, say some things about our team that we need to know about it. Let's watch it.
I'm just so proud of this group. That was a tough 13-day stretch between our opponents, the weather, the delays, rainouts, doubleheader. Seemed like whenever we got punched in the mouth, we came right back. And that's who this group is. That was a team win today. Jonesy off the bench with 3 hits. Just different guys coming through. Bullpen was outstanding and lights out again. Colby giving us 4 great innings. Just a great team win. I think it speaks to the resilience of our group, and it's nice to end the 13 days on a high note like that.
What did you feel like Colby did so well to get you guys off on the right?
He pitched. Colby pitches. Hedgie called a great game for him. I think it's probably one of the most fun games Hedgie has to call. Colby 4 or 5 pitches where he can put him where he wants, but he kept him in between. Got swing and miss, got weak contact. I know they got the 2 runs off of him there in the 4th, but man, for not pitching for a week and then coming out and giving us 4 solid innings gave us a chance to win.
About what Angel was able to do in that spot as a young guy, not letting the moment too big.
Yeah, Angel's been continuing to get big hits. Had a few in Detroit all year. He does the moment's not too big for Angel. He's got a slow heartbeat for the little bit amount of big league time that he has, and just couldn't be more proud of him to come through in that moment.
What can you say about his defense as well today?
Yeah, I thought we played really well on defense, but the throw, he just continues to know where to go with the ball, and he's accurate. It's a strong, accurate arm, and whether it's center field, second base, Angel just continues to play really well. Oh yeah, Kwani. So he had some wrist discomfort, and so we just didn't want to take any chances. He kind of felt it on his swing, and we get 48 hours till our next game. We felt like it was the right call to just get him out of there, but he should be good to go on Friday.
You talked about Jose running it out hard, I think last night or one of these nights, but then Santana's been dealing with a hamstring. Just what does that say about your team when he's running that ball out, knowing that he's a little banged up?
Yep, these guys want to win. These guys want to win, and they know how to play winning baseball, and that's what makes me so proud to be a part of it. And We run hard 90s. We take the extra base, and sometimes you get thrown out because of it. So what? We're going to continue to put pressure and be aggressive.
Did you get any word on how Ciccone came out his pen and map out the rotation?
Yeah, it'll be Luis, Slade, and Gavin over the weekend.
Was Thomas available or
no?
Okay.
No, we want to make sure that we get through this off day, find out exactly how severe this is and what the next course of action. So he probably could have, but I said no. Didn't want to risk some bigger injury.
And did Bo have a full day off too?
No, he was available.
In those situations where Austin came up there late with the bases loaded, what was your thought process there?
Austin's a good hitter. Austin's on our team. He's part of our team, and there's times where we pinch hit, there's times where we don't. And, I have full faith in Austin to come through in these situations, and the pitchers got him today.
Jose has been especially productive from the right side of the plate. Of course, he's always productive. But have you seen anything notable in terms of just that side?
No, I mean, Jose's one of the best hitters in the world. Righty Jose is the best hitter in the world. So it's not surprising when he's hitting right-handed.
Yeah, that's great to hear all those positive things from him after that slow start last week compared to now.
Yeah, no, I think we're playing good baseball. We're playing good baseball. Every team in the league go through those moments. It happens to Boston. It happened. They're going through that right now. It happened to the Dodgers last week when they lost all 3 games against the Angels. The Angels are coming here, so we're gonna talk about it and Mike Trout, stuff like that. But you know what? The thing is, we need to learn from those losses what we need to do to get better. And what I like is our bullpen is doing good, and our pitching stuff is doing good. So let's keep going. Let's get everybody running like that.
Carlos, what do you have for us today?
I have a surprise for you guys. It's going to be really good. You know what? Rajai Davis is going to be here with us. Don't miss it.
Yeah, when we come back with you guys, we will have a great interview.
The Big Play Sports Network is brought to you by Fairway Ford, the largest inventory of new Ford trucks, the lowest pricing, and same hometown level of service. Visit fairwayfordohio.com today.
Today's featured interview is brought to you by Smart Choice Windows and Smart Choice Baths.
How you have been thinking about upgrading your home this spring? Then look no farther than Smart Choice Window and Smart Choice Bath. Smart Choice Window is running a great deal right now. Buy 2 windows, you get 2 free, and get even better. They are offering 0 financing for 24 months. If you prefer, they also have no down payment option with monthly payments as low as $199. Some restriction applies. If your bathroom need an update, the same great team at the Smart Shop Bath has you covered. They are offering $1,500 of brand of new shower on top this month. So if you have been putting off that remodel, now is the perfect time to go for it. So if you are ready for a quitter, more energy efficient window or bathroom that finally works for your life, make the call right now. 440 Windows, or head over to smartshopwindow.com or smartshopbath.com to schedule a free, no pressure estimate today. Let's go. Let's get it.
Well, I will be getting my free estimate, guys. I didn't tell you this because, unfortunately, I did the mistake of doing my bathroom by myself, and now I'm paying someone to fix my mistakes. Don't do what I did. Yes. Make the first choice right and go to Smart Choice.
Good.
Welcome back to the Carlos Baerga Show with me, Gab Gowdy, Cleveland Indians legend Carlos Baerga, and always positive Jay. Carlos, you again, Mr. Popular. Who do you have for us now?
Wow. I have one of the players that I really admire. I love it to watch him play because this guy gives everything he has. He reminds me, you know who he reminds me now that he's in our team? Jose Ramirez. The way he played the game, he never slowed down. He played hard. He want to be you running the bases. He want to be you with the bat and with the gloves too because he played great center field. One of my best friends, Rajai Davis. What's up, brother? How you doing, my friend? You played 12 years in the big leagues. Oh my God, this guy, 387, 262, 62 homers. But the biggest thing that I see from you was stealing bases. Who teach you how to steal bases? Because this is an art. And I know that you start your career, you start with Pittsburgh, stuff like that, but you went to Oakland. And I know you become a good friend of Ricky Henderson. And you a fresh guy like me that we are not afraid to ask questions.
Yes,
Tell me about it.
So stealing bases started well before I got to Ricky. Obviously, he was one of my guys, but I grew up on the East Coast, which was very difficult to watch Ricky because I was at a time where it was section off. You could only watch me being Northeast. I could only watch Boston all the time. They had Nets in. I could always watch Yankees, and a lot of times I could watch the Mets. So those were the three teams that I could watch consistently. So I didn't get to watch a lot of basically base stealers in on those teams. But when I got to pro ball, I always stole bases, right? In college, I stole bases, but when I got in pro ball, it was different. Um, and and one of the coaches, I remember him saying, "Okay, there's you got to do something that's going to separate you from everyone else. What are you going to do that's going to separate you?" And so my thought was, okay, let me think about that. I got speed. I can run. A lot of players can run. In professional ball, a lot of players can run fast, but not everybody can steal bases.
Yeah.
And so I said, okay, I'm going to make stealing bases my thing. I'm going to steal bases. That's going to be my thing. And I was fortunate enough to have the right instructor, right? His name was Gary Reedus. Reedus
Oh,
taught me the very foundations of stealing bases, like the basics of what you need to know, what your lead should be, and stealing bases. And then as I stole more bases in the minor leagues because they allowed me to steal bases, right? They allowed me to develop skill, right? And they allowed me to learn and make my errors and get caught, a bunch of times, so I can learn from them.
yeah.
And I got to a point where, once I got to the big leagues and I got back to uh, Cleveland back in 2016, I stole like 43 bases. I only got caught 5 times,
Lead
and
the league.
yeah, and led the league. And two of those could have been arguably, called, safe,
Yes.
by a replay.
Yes.
But so it's just that desire to steal bases and to make my thing known.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Guardians are going to have to hit you up so we can get some more stolen bases this season. Oh my gosh. But back to the start of your playing career journey. You were drafted by the Pirates in the 38th round, and you had the option to go pro or continue your college career. What kind of thought process did you have behind that, and what were the factors that played into you doing that?
So yeah, no, that was a good time in my life. I was I played junior college 2 years. I had a good year to junior college. I had I had a couple college scholarships on the table. I had the ability to go to a Division two college down in South Carolina. I had the opportunity to go to the main campus, UConn, in Stores. So that was riding on the table, a little partial scholarship, and so now I had an opportunity now to get drafted. Now that process was something else because at the time of the draft, I was playing in a collegiate wooden bat league, which was about 35 minutes from my house. And at that time, Pittsburgh had not seen me that much. And so, they had scouts on me, but they hadn't seen the big guys had, the guys who make the decision, the cross checkers.
Yes.
But I was playing in the league, and I was starting to switch hit now on my
Hey.
own.
Oh, on your
Yeah,
own.
believe it or
Wow.
not,
You got too
I
many
was
secrets, bro. I don't know that.
yeah, I
Wow.
was starting to switch hit at that time. I could always swing left-handed. I
Hmm.
just didn't do it in the game,
Okay.
When did
Okay.
you break that out? You just did it in a game by
right?
yourself one day?
I started to when I was like in high school when I was. Well, I was doing it in batting practice while I was playing in
Hmm.
collegiate level wooden bat summer league, and I could always hit good because I was always swinging the bat. I just didn't swing it enough with live hitting, right? And so I could drive the ball and everything, and but I just didn't have enough experience playing. So now, when the draft comes around, the scout was telling me I should go to the draft. And so I was like, okay, well, I don't really have a car to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So, how am I going to get there? So I'm thinking, and so, I end up making a copy of my dad's keys a week before he left
Oh my gosh.
for Chicago. He goes out of town. Okay. So I get back, my dad, he takes his car keys with him, right? So we wouldn't take the car.
Wow.
But I had made a copy of his keys. That's when you could make copies of keys.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's so funny.
That's
And
hilarious.
so I took his keys. My mom was all right with it. She gave me her gas card. Okay.
Wow.
I take his car. Now it's a standard now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I learned how to drive the standard in the driveway.
And you said how far of a drive was it? Like 30 minutes?
Pittsburgh so I was originally playing in a town, Middletown, which is about 30 minutes from my house. I had a teammate of mine drop me off to my house, which is about 35 minutes. He was nice enough to do that. So the next day I had to be in Pittsburgh at it must have been like 8. It was like a workout from like 8 to 10.
Wow.
I didn't get to Pittsburgh till like 2. So I missed the entire workout.
Oh.
Cause it took me 14 hours to get there. I didn't know where I was going. It was my first time out of the state.
Wow.
That's hilarious.
Wow.
So I end up missing the workout. I'm in Pittsburgh though. My scout's in Pittsburgh. I don't even know what he's doing there, but he's in Pittsburgh. And they already did the workout. They did like 15, 16 guys, and they're done. So I called my scout and said, "Hey, I'm here in Pittsburgh. He's saying, look, well, can you get a hotel?" And I'm by myself. You understand? I'm a college kid. I'm on my last $60 that I took out of the bank. Okay, it's dwindled down now because of all the tolls, right? The gas is okay. So wait, I'll sleep in my car. I'll be fine. I'll sleep in my car. I'll be all right. So I was prepared to sleep in my car, and he ends up offering his second bed, right, to me, because he's in Pittsburgh and he happened to be there, and he has another bed for me, right?
Wow.
And so I go work out, and they happen to have another guy coming in on Monday. I get there on the weekend. It's like Friday. So I stay with him the next couple of days. We watch the Mets play. That's when Rafael Vercal was like the man for Atlanta Braves, and he was just dominating. So I just remember, that game and watching from the third base line in PNC Park. This is the inaugural year, so it's the first year they were open in PNC Park, 2001. And I'm watching and I'm looking at the game like, man, it's gonna be nice one day. It took me about 6 years to get back there, but
you got back there.
But we got back there.
Good. Yeah.
So I asked Kenny Lofton the exact same question I'm about to ask you, and he answered he'd have 100 by the end of July. With today's modern rules with the base stealing and people throwing over to second only twice and then getting the third time you get the base, how many bases do you think you could steal in today's game?
I like Ricky's response. Ricky said they would actually have to change the rule back.
Yeah, I think you're right on that one.
That's a great response right there, and I say, man, this is it's amazing. I wasn't a base stealer, but if I had that chance now, the bases are bigger. And now you have to make it the pitcher throw twice to first base, and then you can go. That's easy. That's easy to do it. Hey, especially, do you know how many stolen base a month is growing? Every month, 1,000 bases.
Yeah,
1,000 bases every month. That's amazing. What's going on right now? It go up. My brother, I have to say, you came here 2016. I know the Cleveland Indians at that time, they watch you play because you play with Detroit. They say, we want this guy. First of all, he played good defense. Second, his legs. You come here to our team. They have a good culture here. But I know that Jose Ramirez and Lindor was the two guys that steal bases. But you can hear and you show everybody here what it takes to be a great base stealer. Tell me about the team that we have here. Going up, to play here in the playoff.
Yeah, that team, 2016, those guys they took some good notes in watching, and they were coachable. Ramirez, because Ramirez at the beginning of that year, he wasn't playing much.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we had Juan Uribe, but once Uribe went down with whatever he had going on with that injury, and then even Lindor, and one of the messages I remember giving Lindor, I said, "Man, how can you steal bases when you're wearing plastic cleats? Ain't no basically wearing no plastic cleats to steal bases."
Wow, listen to that.
Because for one, you can't dig. You need to be able to dig as a base stealer into the dirt, and if you're not, it's like you're. So I watched him look like a little cartoon, like shredding wild. Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
It's like he looked like Road One and just running in place. It's sometimes because of not having the proper equipment for the job. And so you need cleats that dig, and you need the right kind of cleats that dig into the dirt, right? Like a cheetah. Claw it, baby. But that was such a good team. We had the right personnel. We had Mike Napoli, which was huge for the clubhouse because of his nature, his personality. When we had issues, guys come up, they feel entitled, especially the young guys. They feel like, "Ooh, I'm supposed to have X, Y, and Z because I'm here. I've arrived. I'm the man. You ain't put no time, man. You ain't got no.
You haven't get a hit in the Bentley and not the man."
Hey, now Mike Napoli got to come over and humble these kids.
Yes.
Get them back, bring their heads back down, and bring them back into, hey, this is about winning. This is about team. This is about this culture. I was more of a guy who just kind of offered some wisdom on just dealing with issues and issues in life on and off the field. So it was just a great team, well put together. Obviously, the pitching was dynamic, right? But the personality of the team was a resilient one. It was one that could bounce back. So going into the players, we had the playoffs. We had basically three starting pitchers. So our pitchers were, for the most part, pretty healthy all year. But Carrasco went down. We had our all-star, who was doing hard. Our number 3 guy.
Cody Kluber.
We had Corey. We had Carlos Carrasco, and
Bauer.
then he threw really, really hard. I know his name when I hear it. It'll come to me.
Trevor Bauer. He pitched in that time.
So we had Trevor. Yes, he was one of the 3 though that we had, and we had Mike Tomlin. But there was one more.
McAllister.
I want to say S. No, McAllister. He was in the bullpen. He threw really like 98 plus, like fastball, and he was an all-star that year.
I can't remember.
I'm totally drawing a blank, and that's just the worst when you know someone's name and you cannot draw it, and it's right there.
Yeah, but I'm sure you guys will make note of that before.
Yes,
it's a pretty easy one, but it was just like we were just well balanced and we were ready. When those playoffs came, we were ready. We were underdog, but we were ready. And I remember the last game of the year, we had to win and Boston had to lose for us to get that number 1 seed, which was very, very important. Because if we go to Boston, it's a different series. It's a different series. And we played our first 2 games at home with home field advantage. And then by the time we got to the 3rd game, they were already kind of, beat up a lot.
We're going to take a break real quick, but we will be back with more from Rajai Davis.
The Big Play Sports Network is brought to you by Pure AV, luxury home automation. Experience your dream smart home by visiting pureavcorp.com.
Can we continue on that Francisco Lindor story for a second? Did you get him to change his cleats, or is he still wearing those plastic ones?
So, he said he needed to save his feet, for
Save
the
his feet.
for the but I let him know, hey man, you're running in place, so but at the end of the day, we want him on the feet, healthy, playing every day, so if he needs to save his feet and not be able to get the best jump that he possibly can, then hey, let's keep him with those things he was wearing.
So this year we're celebrating 30 years of the 95 Indians. What were your thoughts? I know you didn't get to watch a lot of them, but what were your thoughts of that team growing up? Because you're pretty much around the same age I am, and you saw the same people. And who was your favorite player from that era? Because the 90s were just full of rock stars.
Yeah, no, they had a lot of guys. They had a lot of my guys. I mean, because I used to play the baseball game, the video game. We had Carlos Baerga, we had Omar Vizquel, we had Kenny Lofton. I remember him jumping up, and catching that ball over the fence.
Yes.
I like the way he used to pimp home runs. He wouldn't only have like a few a year, but when he got it, boy, he'd make sure everybody knew. Jim Tomei and Manny Ramirez. I remember one year he was batting like in the 7-hole. I was like, goodness.
7 and 8, Jim Tomei and Manny. That was amazing.
Yeah, and they were batting with Albert Bell.
Yes.
I mean, geez, these guys they had some real monster. I remember the switch hitting Hall of Famer Eddie Murray.
Yep.
Yes.
Come on.
Even Paul Sereno, who hit like 25 home runs and no one mentions the guy. Like if we had him on our team right now, we'd be like loving this dude.
Wow.
It was amazing. It was amazing. My friend, I had to bring it up because I know what you did here. And like I say at the beginning when I bring you in, I played one of the best teams, for me, the best team they ever played in Cleveland, 1995. And we have 27 game-winning finish the game. 27 times we did it. I know you guys did it 22 games. Yes, 22 games at home. Here that was very special. But what you did in the World Series, tell us about that at bat. Because you're facing one of the toughest closer in the game.
Yeah.
Aroldis Chapman.
Yeah.
We was like with the back, I don't think it's gonna happen. But you follow up, you keep fighting. Talk to us about that homer that you hit to tie the game. Tell us about it.
So that at bat was set up by the two previous bats. Okay, as what makes relievers effective is the fact that you don't see them much.
Yes,
that's what makes them effective. You don't know where their arm slot is. You don't know what they're trying to do. You don't know what it looks like when you get up there, and that's what makes them really, really effective. In my view. And so when I got up to a bat the first time, he threw me 3 fastballs, like 101, 102, 102. Boom. See ya. Sit down. I fouled off the first 2, straight back. And then he went a little higher, and I went strike 3. That was my first at bat that series against him. Okay. Now my second at bat was in Chicago. Now I had a better idea of how he was attacking me and where the slot was, and I had an idea of the velocity. That's the big thing, because he's a long body, and he kind of hides it really pretty good, And then it comes out, and he's already there. He's already on you, and it's going 100 miles plus, and it's already on. He's a long body, so he's reaching out there, so it makes it very difficult. So. That my second at bat, I went 6 pitches.
Wow.
On the 6th pitch, he threw me a ball down and away. I hit a ground ball hard. I thought I was going to go for a double. Rizzo dives, stops it, catches it, but he's not going to beat me to the base.
Yes.
And Chapman's like, I don't need to cover, so he didn't ever cover. So I got a base hit on an infield single, and that right there was where I won. In Game 7. That's the bat that won me Game 7, because now I know I can hit him.
Let me say something to everybody that's watching right now. This is the way you study the game. Yes, we prepare inside the clubhouse. We prepare with the computer. Yes, that's okay. That's what they're using right now. But the at-bat, if you're paying attention and you keep it here, that's what is going to help you out. And look at what he's talking about. That at-bat in the game 7 is starting the first at-bat that he had in the first game. The second at-bat that he had in the third game, and the last at-bat that he got in game 7 to win that game in there. Guys, listen up. That's the way you study the game.
Yeah.
So
I mean, because he had basically threw me nine straight fastballs in 2 at bats.
Wow.
9 fastballs, and I only got now I only got one little hit down the right field line. It was hit hard, but it's a ground ball. Now understand, I know what he's coming with, and not only that, I know what the catcher doesn't want to do.
Wow.
The catcher didn't want to drop. He didn't want to drop and to get on his knees because Ross was back there. David Ross was he was older catcher.
Yes.
He's in his last year or two, or close to it.
Last year, I think it was.
Yeah, and so he didn't want to be blocking balls by Chapman in the dirt. So we know it's coming. We know it's coming. So
thank you for saying that. I used to hit the people that ask how you did it, Carlos. I have to come out, and I'm sorry, guys, because I hit with the catchers.
Yeah.
They don't use that now. Yeah. When I play Ivan Rodriguez in Texas, and I get excited when you say that. Ivan Rodriguez in Texas, you can ask Kenny Lofton and Omar Vizquel, hey, I don't care if you guys go, I'm going to swing. Because I know he's going to call a fastball, and I'm going to be ready for that. Check my numbers with Texas. Yep. I hit with the catchers. When I play against Chicago White Sox, Carlton Fish was the catcher. I know he's going to throw a lot of breaking balls. So you need to know that as a player. I know the coaches, the analysts, that everybody going to say, but you know what? You have to remember that. Those are the advantage that you take as a hitter, as a runner, as a fielder. Maintain your mind working. This is your computer. It's not this. Watch the game. Watch the game. If you watch the game, you're going to have success in baseball.
No, I agree with all that. That
no, I have to come out because that's so many. You know what? You come to the ballpark and that's numbers. No, watch the game. The game is in front of you. The game is in front of you. It's gonna teach you how to play the game. Right, Jay? Yes or no?
Oh, absolutely. And the guys who are really, really good at remembering what happened, oof. That they just have because you think about it, guys when they know what's coming, how much better are the stats? The stats go way up.
Yeah.
Advantage turns to the hitter. Now the only thing is, okay, are the other 8 goons going to catch the ball, right?
Yeah.
Because you're gonna beat that pitcher, right? But they got 8 other guys out there, right? And it's a matter of, when you know what's coming, it's going to be hard for that pitcher to get you out. It's going to be hard because you're professional. You're professionals out there.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's all I have for you, Carlos. You got anything else for us today?
No, baby. I think, these guys, I'm telling you, we have to get him back again because I love it.
You got to get in studio with us.
Yeah, I got a couple more questions about the new role that you have working with MLB too. So next time we can cover all those.
Yes, when you come back here, because he's an aluminum with us, he's an ambassador, with the Cleveland Guardians, and we're never gonna forget what you did in that World Series. It's a blessing to have you, my friend. God bless you. All the best, and I hope that we can see again, and you can come here to our studio that we can have fun. God bless you, my friend.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you. And then when we come back, we'll talk some more Cleveland Guardians headlines with you guys.
The Big Play Sports Network is brought to you by Garage Beer. No bitterness, no frills, no IPA, just beer-flavored beer. Find local retailers who sell garage beer near you by visiting drinkgaragebeer.com.
Welcome back to the Carlos Baerga Show with me, Gab Gowdy, Cleveland Indians legend Carlos Baerga, and always positive Jay. Now, before we get into some Cleveland Guardians headlines, the Carlos Baerga Show is proudly brought to you by your local Infinity dealers, Infinity of Beechwood and Infinity of Akron. From the moment you walk into these beautiful dealerships, you'll experience luxury, care, and innovation that define the Infinity brand. The knowledgeable team at Infinity is here to make every step seamless, from your test drive to long after the sale. Infinity of Beechwood and Infinity of Akron Infinity of Akron can help you discover the new Infinity to match your lifestyle. Both dealerships are now under new ownership, so stop into one of their new locations to experience the Infinity difference. Visit them online at infinityofbeechwood.com and infinityofakron.com. Now, Jose Ramirez is who we need to talk about.
He's being unbelievable, man. I just love if we listen to what the manager say, you know, the way that he run the bases. You know, that game was 10-2, 10-3. The last at bat, ground ball to first base. He almost got a base hit running hard to first base. We got 3 more runs.
Yeah.
You remember from 3 we went to 6. You know, in there we finished the game 9-6. We lost that game. But, you know, that's what it shows, you know, how to prepare yourself mentally and ready. And that's a leader right there. You don't have to be vocal. You show everybody how to play the game, and that's why we playing guard ball. You know, right now playing hard, take base to base, go from from first to to third base, score from second base all the time. You know, and I love Jose Ramirez. The hitting streak is unbelievable.
21 games.
2 weeks ago, he was hitting 256.
Now he's up to 3.
318 right now. Jose Ramirez, 9 homers, 27 RBI. This month, he hitting 381, 4 homers, 20 RBIs too. He's being unbelievable. But you know what? He come to the ballpark to play every day. And I know he had to be sore because he play hurt.
He doesn't like to take a day off.
No, he play hurt. He want to be in the field. And I was talking to Angels, and he say, man, Carlos, I after the game, that day, I talked to him, and he said to me, you know why I play this game the way I play it? Because Jose Ramirez. He's my role model.
You're hitting on it perfectly. Like,
yes.
How many times are we going to tell you guys, when your best player is trying and playing as hard as Jose Ramirez,
Yes.
all those young guys are going to follow suit. He sets the standard, he sets the table, and everyone is going to follow him. He's a true leader. He's the heart and soul of this team, and, man, are we blessed to have that guy on our team.
Oh, my God. Hey, let's give him 3 or 4 more years, please. I want him to stay here. You want to play?
How about
like
4
that?
years
He
with a 5th-year option?
Wow.
Sounds good.
I'd give him any money that he asked, to be
Yeah,
honest.
please.
Whatever
Again,
he said, I would do.
I'll chip in.
Let's keep him here. This guy, he decided to be here. Easy.
Yeah.
If he signed with the Mets, with the Yankees or Toronto, or maybe the Dodgers, they was near a third baseman, easy $300 million. But he decided to stay here. That's why he signed. And we love it, because this guy, his family love it, his kids love it. And we are blessed to have Jose Ramirez in this organization, the guy that's going to be breaking most of the records here. The other day, he broke the Jim Thomas run score. Now he's turning doubles. He's in, oh, my God. Every day is something new about Jose Ramirez, so we are blessed about it.
What I wouldn't want to ask you is, like, when you guys played, the pitchers went longer. You got to see them more and more. And now in today's modern age with the bullpen, they have to see different pitches, different angles, and it's a lot harder, I think, to have a hitting streak than ever. Like Joe DiMaggio's hitting streak's never going to be broken because that dude probably played a pitcher the whole game and got to see him 4 or 5 times almost.
Yes.
How impressive is it to have a hitting streak like that with today's pitching?
Very impressive, and that's a good quote that you just bring. That to you facing maybe they started maybe 5 or 6 innings, and then you have different relievers coming up after that. So Jose's been amazing. He break Jason Kipnis and Manny Ramirez 21 games. Now he's tied with Michael Bradley on 22 games. Stuff like that.
Who has the most?
Who has Sandy Alomar
friend of
Jr.
show.
1997. What a year he had for us. MVP of the All-Star game. He was in the playoffs. I think he have a record in the playoffs too. So that was an amazing year for Sandy Alomar. I am blessed to get Trey from San Diego Padres. Did I forget to ask you to talk about that when we got Trey from San Diego to Cleveland, the best city. The best city. I'm blessed to born here in Cleveland too.
Cleveland, the best city. We will never hear that often, so I'm glad that you say that for us.
I have to say that's why I work here. That's why I play here. That's why I still with the organization. I do the radio for the Cleveland Williams.
When you moved here, what was the thing that you learned that you like? Everyone, we have this weird perspective from the outside world. What was the big shock to you when you moved here?
When I moved, a lot of people say, "Oh, Carlos, you're going to a bad city, old city. It's very cold." You know, you playing right next to the lake. It was cold. I know it was cold, but you know what? I enjoy it because I was in the big leagues, and the fan made me feel happy and made me, you know, come to the ballpark every day to put something different in there. And I'm blessed because most of my record, I did it here in Cleveland. So I'm blessed to be a Cleveland.
And you guys were winning. Winning games just makes everything so much more fun. So I think everyone is just a little jealous.
Yes. I know. I'm happy. I'm making to the big leagues, and I'm making to the big leagues with the Cleveland Indians and Cleveland Guardians.
Okay, can I ask you guys this about Jose though? So we've had many great baseball players through the Cleveland organization throughout our time. We've had many on our show. Yes. But where would you rank Jose all time already as a Cleveland baseball player?
Wow.
I mean, he's getting up there.
He had to be on the top 10s
baseball
player in our organization. You know, when you talk about Bob Feller, when you talk about Spears, when you talk about Jim Thome, you talk about, you know, guys that are already in the Hall of Fame. He had to be upstairs, you know. And for me, he's the best third baseman that ever put this uniform on. For me, he's going to break most of the records in this organization. Yep. So he's going to be, when he finishes his career here, that I hope he stay, let's say it again, 3 or 4 more years in Cleveland, I believe he's going to have most of the records here, and maybe he's going to become one of the best hitters. You know who play here? Frank Robinson play here. So he's a Hall of Famer. He's one of the best players. But I think Jose, playing here, he's going to be one of the best players. I think maybe the best 4 or best 5s, I think.
If we're considering probably Bob Feller the greatest, that's the standard. I think it's unfair because the guy fought in World War II and still was the great pitcher that he was. Yeah, like you can't unseat him. He's probably stuck up there. So I'll say when he's all said and done, Jose Ramirez will be the greatest position player in Cleveland history and one of the all-time greatest in baseball history. Yes. What do you think, Gab?
I mean, I'm not going to put him 1-1 because I think that would be a bit outrageous. But I would definitely put him in the top 5, and eventually I think he could be top 2 with what he's doing. Everything that he's doing is incredible. It's year after year, the consistency that he does it with. Yes. And he still never gets the recognition that he deserves while doing it.
Never. But you know what? Come to the ballpark and watch it because he's still hitting. He's still running the bases. He's still fielding. And he's
best base runner in baseball.
The best. So don't miss it. Go to the ballpark.
You guys better be there because I'll be there. But we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk about some more Cleveland Guardians headlines. Welcome back to the Carlos Baerga Show with me, Gab Gowdy, Cleveland Indians legend Carlos Baerga, and always positive Jay. Now, we need to start talking about this bullpen. I know the bullpen was the best thing about the Cleveland Guardians last year, but it might be again.
Yes, we are on again, and I like it because our 3 big guys in there, Gaddis, Clase, and K. Smith are coming back again. I know he went through a tough time a little bit, but I think he's going to get it back. I talked to him after the game yesterday. I said, hey, you're a man. You're okay. Keep going. Keep fighting. But K. Smith, he did a great job against Detroit. That was a 3-man on base.
Oh, that was scary. Oh, my gosh. My heart rate was up, and then Kate Smith just went out there and set them down in almost like 9 pitches.
Dude, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. And then his fastball was exploding back again. So I like it. I know Clase is Clase.
Yeah.
Clase is Clase. He's having fun. And something that I like, he's having fun. He's enjoying it. And he's the guy, the big guy for us, and I'm not afraid anymore when he used to come to the mound. So
I feel a little bit better with him out there. He had people swinging at pitches even like 2 feet out of the strike zone against the Dodgers.
Yes.
I think he's back.
I like it. We on the roll, and the guy is being our man. I think it's Hunter Gaddis. Hunter Gaddis, he gave up the home run the other day. He's been unbelievable. But he wasn't here for 3 days. You know what happened? Something happened with somebody in the family that died. But you know what? Yeah, I think our bullpen is back, and I love it. And you don't have the opportunity to talk to Hunter Gaddis after the game.
Hi, everybody from the Carlos Baerga Show. We have today one of the best relievers of the game, Hunter Gaddis. How you doing, my friend?
Good. How are you?
Good. Gaddis, you start as a starter when you came up, with the Cleveland Guardians, and it wasn't everything. It wasn't the way you wanted. And when Carl Willis talked to you in spring training to become a reliever, that was one of the best decisions that happened in your life?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's so far, knock on wood, it's been good. I've loved every bit of it. I think I'm an adrenaline junkie, so I like to get out there and just like lay it out on the line for one.
Something that I see from you, and since the beginning when you used to be a starter, you was a competitor, you was a warrior, you never give up, you always go, you want to follow everything in there. And I love the way you came out, no matter what happened the day before, you always won the ball. Where you learned that from?
I'd have to say my dad for sure, especially growing up. He was a big, I think if I had a horrible game, numbers-wise, but I went out there and gave it 100%, did everything, he wouldn't say anything. But I'd go pitch good and make some mental mistakes or whatever, and he would yell at me then. Being young, I was like, I just do good. Why are you yelling at me or whatever it is? But I learned as I got older, what he meant. So definitely got to give it to him.
That was special. Last year, you guys was the best in the game. Hearing Smith, you and Anna Clase, that was the best. Every time you guys came in, you guys closed it out. This year, it's been kind of, a little bit at the beginning, but you guys are getting there, back again. You're doing a great job. I know you came out from 4 days. I know that you went through to your family. How important is being Carl Willis, the pitching coach for you guys?
I mean, I feel like he's the rock that holds this whole pitching group together. He does really well with everybody, the other coaching staff and all the other pitching coaches. But I mean, he's the rock. He's like, it goes through him, it starts with him, and it feeds down really well to all the pitchers for sure.
Good. All the best for you. Let's finish strong, my friend.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, that was awesome, and I absolutely love what he said about his dad. It keeps you humble, makes you working at your craft. That's good stuff right there. That's how you get to the big leagues.
I think the best move that we make, because you remember when he came here, he get up to be a starter. He wasn't. I think he got bad luck. He pitched pretty good, but he never went through another level. And now to be a reliever, that was one of the best moves that we have. And we have the best bullpen in the game, for the last 2 years.
Well, I mean, it's what we've been talking about for weeks here. Carl Willis is the name that they always bring up and always talk about, and obviously he's a fan favorite. But what he does for this pitching staff is next level. It's incredible.
He might be the first coach to get a statue.
I would say that.
She wanted bobblehead.
She wanted bobblehead.
Make the statue a bobblehead.
But last week, they have the jerseys of the bullpen.
Yeah.
Gaddis, Smith, and
Tim Herron.
And Tim Herron.
That was a great giveaway.
Let's do a bobblehead of Carl Willis, because this guy, when you have 3 of the guys that play in this organization, Cy Young, like Cliff Lee, CeCe Sabathia, and Shane Bieber, you're doing something special.
Yeah,
here.
you are.
Yeah.
Well, to ask you about our lineup, to get off the bullpen talk for a little bit.
Okay.
How are you loving Angel Martinez at the number 2 spot right now, guys?
I love it, my friend. I love it. I think this guy, since he came up, he's been doing everything. Playing second base, playing shortstop, playing center field, playing left field, playing right field.
Hitting big home runs.
Yeah, hitting homers, getting on base for Omar Vizquel. And I like it when he hits second. I want to mention here, guys, I like when he hits second. You know why? Because he's a switch hitter. He can run too. He can steal bases. And he can be in front of Jose Ramirez. And Jose Ramirez love him. Love it when he hits second in there. I know that everybody, and I know that, this is a long year, and we need to, to change our lineup to see if we can find somebody that can help us out. But I think Jose Ramirez is going to be the one that we need there.
Yeah, I think that Angel Martinez is really good in the 2-hole. But before we close this up and before we go, I have some things to tell to the fans that they need to be looking forward to.
Yes, let me know.
One, it's Dollar Dog Night. So if you're not going to
tonight?
Dollar Dog Night tonight.
Oh my God.
I think I'll be at the game tonight.
If you guys aren't going to Dollar Dog Night, what are you doing? 1, 2, there's going to be fireworks. 3, there's going to be a free shirt.
Oh my God.
There's going to be a Tanner Bybee bobblehead on Saturday. Emmanuel Clase.
I have to get that bobblehead.
Week. Like, they have all these things coming up. The team is playing well. I think that you guys need to be there.
What about the ticket? You can buy the ticket.
Yeah. I have it. You guys should get it. It's called the Ballpark Pass. It's $54 a month. That's just what you're paying. No other fees.
And you go to every game?
You get a ticket for every single game. It's standing room. It's a great deal. Like, if you get all the games together, I think it's like $3 a game or less to go to them.
Oh my God.
It's awesome. I love the Ballpark Pass.
And next week is coming. This week is gonna be the Angels, but next week is coming the Astros.
Yep.
The
Houston
Astros coming
Astros
here,
will
so
be
it's
here.
gonna
All
be
trash
great
cans are
games.
banned from the stadium.
Oh, my God, here we go.
God.
I ain't letting it go.
I can't wait to see you guys at the ballpark. We're gonna be doing the radio with Rafa. You know Rafa, you know him.
Oh,
I'm
he's
gonna be doing
pushing
that.
for the Manzardo mustache, the return
Yeah.
of Carlos's mustache.
You like it? You like that video that he
I
made?
thought it was great. I thought everything that he was doing with that was great.
Yes.
But yeah, we got some good matchups coming up this weekend. Angels. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. Mike Trout just so happened to decide that he wants to come back against the Cleveland Guardians, so hopefully we can ruin his weekend a little bit.
Oh my God, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's have some fun. I want to see everybody at the ballpark. We need you guys here. Let's have some fun. Let's get our team going. Yes.
Yep. And we will see you guys next week.